Good afternoon, boys and girls and children of all ages, and welcome to another exciting episode of Certa Pro Painters Presents Who's to Blame? The podcast, episode 552, The State of Panic. How's everyone doing today? I'm your host, Dre Montez. Hope everyone is doing well. Close the curtain. There we go. That backdrop a little better. How we doing today, folks? Good people. Let's get it in and get it over with. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. And most of all, importantly, if you're off today, that means you're doing something right there. You're doing something right for all things out there, all positive. If it's your first time listening to the podcast, thank you so much. You can catch us on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play. Did a little maintenance on the website right now at dremontez.com. It should be up and ready by this Friday, but we're doing a little maintenance on the shop right now, trying to get some merch out there for the people, of the people, and by the people for sure. What's up, cuz? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. If you're on Facebook, hello. If you're on YouTube, hello. If you're on Twitter, and if you're just listening to the audio version, thank you so much. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. I got high fives all around. Chest bump that thing. Let's hug it out one out for the good people. We normally do the podcast later on in the day, but there's so much stuff I got to get off my chest. You just got to get it out there right now before it dissolves into something that doesn't make sense to the people, of the people, and by the people. But yes, this is our second podcast of the new season, and we're at episode 552. I can't believe we have that many episodes out here, but it is fun and fantastic to talk about it. But when I say the state of panic, I'm talking about where we're at far as the world, the economy, your life, the industry, show business, and sports. Who's to blame? We are in a state of panic. I mean, just look around us right now. You know, we don't do politics or religion, but the things that we don't talk about, we do see these things. And in the world right now, it's just, it feels like to me it's a state of panic going on. We don't know what to do. There is no solution. There is no resolution. There's no definition. Things are just happening. And I feel as though every day we're just saying, it's 2024. I'm not shocked, but I still feel as though we feel like we're in a state of panic. And it just, and we look at the economy. I mean, look at where everything is going right now. I mean, you think about the economy. I don't do money, politics, or religion, but the state of panic has forced me to talk about these things right now. And the economy right now is at an alarming rate. So many questions I have, not just how we got here, how can we get out of this situation? No one is presenting that on how to get out of the situation. Everybody know how we got in here. We all know how we got in this situation, but how do you get out of the situation? You ever been in trouble and you have that little moment of time to think about how you got in this situation? You know what you're not going to do again, but how do you get out of the situation that you're currently in? That is one of the growing pains that I have learned to appreciate in experience, especially in my adolescent years. But in my adult years, I look back on things I was told, things I went through, things I read, and things I saw to help you get out of when you need to get out of a situation. You know how you got in there. Everybody know how they got in a bad relationship. Everybody can tell you how they got in a bad relationship. But how do you get out of it? Nobody can tell you that. Just leave, girl. Man, just leave that woman. It ain't that easy. And that's why I feel as though we're in the state of panic. Who's to blame? Moving right along. Life. Do you feel as though your life is in a state of panic? Last time I was told, you control your life. You're in control of your own vessel. No matter what nobody say, you are in control of you. I'm not telling you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and what to do. I'm just saying we control our own lives. And when things happen to the form of a state of panic, how do you get out of it? Who's to blame? We go back to self-doubt. We go back to self-help. But when it all boils down to it, it's just you. It's nobody else. It's not your kids. It's not your parents. It's not your friends. It's not your best friend. It's all on you. And for some reason, some of us are hitting that button, picking up the red phone in a state of panic. But we put ourselves here. We put ourselves in the state of panic. How do we get out? It's easier said than done. It's easy to tell somebody, get your lazy ass out of bed. It's easy to tell somebody, go out here and get your ass a job with your lazy ass, everybody hiring. It's easy to tell people that. It's easy. But when life has you by the balls or by the vajayjay, you can't do nothing because you're in a state of panic. But how do you get out of that? How? How do you get out of that? Nobody knows the answers. I think we do know the answers. And it's within ourselves. We know what we need to do to get out of the state of panic. Sometimes we're afraid to say it out loud. Sometimes we're afraid to say it to ourselves. Sometimes we are afraid to write it down. Sometimes we are afraid to meet life that you have chosen. Can't blame your parents. Can't blame your kids. Can't blame your job. Can't blame your neighbors. Look in that mirror and let's get out of the state of panic together. The state of panic is where we're at. We talked about the state of panic of the world, the economy, and life. And now let's go to the industry. The industry. What I mean by that, the service industry. Look at where you go out to eat. Look at where you used to work at in the restaurant. Everybody has worked at McDonald's at some point in their life. Everybody has worked at McDonald's. Everybody at some point in their life. Or you've had a job in the restaurant industry. Look at the industry right now. I worked in the restaurant industry for 15 years. It is a state of panic right now. It is a state of panic in the industry. Customer service is through the roof horribly. The food is not consistent. The people that work there always on their phone. The managers, the GMs, and the owners don't care. The restaurant industry is in a state of panic right now. And everybody that complains about it, including me, we know how to fix it. That's the craziest thing. Everybody that's complaining about the restaurant industry, we know how to fix it. We know how to fix it, but they don't want to get involved. Look at the people that work where you go eat at, where you go hang out at. Do they deserve to work there? Just go to your top 5 places. Just go take a gander who works there. And they wonder why the industry is in a state of panic. You have people working for you that don't care. They don't care. Remember when people worked in their industry that loved what they do? They love to cook. They love to serve. They love to talk to people. They love going to work. They love the people they work with. Now you have people in the industry, they don't like the job, the people they work for, the people they got to serve. They don't like the food. They even tell you Hey, how's your cheeseburgers there? Oh, the burgers are not good there. I wouldn't eat it if I was you. People tell you that. I've never heard people talk so down on where they work at. Who's to blame? How are we in a state of panic in the restaurant industry? As much as people like to go out, you would think they would want people there to work. Nobody loves their job in the industry anymore. They always on their phone. They want to be somewhere else. They know nothing about the job. They know nothing to even support the job. They have no menu knowledge. Don't get me started on the television. Don't get me started on that. Who's to blame? How are you allowed to get a job if you can't make a simple drink? Remember they used to test you as a bartender? You had to make the 3 most common drinks. You had to pour a beer, a draft beer, to show them you know how to pour beer. They don't do that anymore. They don't. The horrible situation over the summer I went through when I saw a woman put orange juice in a margarita. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. She put orange juice in a margarita. That is the hardest drink in St. Louis for bartenders to make. Every bar makes a margarita the different way. It is the most... that's the one drink I would never order in St. Louis, ever, because they all make it differently. Nobody knows how to make a margarita in St. Louis. Nobody. They say, well, come best burgers, best wings, best fried chicken. Nobody can say we got the best margaritas in town because you're not consistent. It's the state of panic. Who's to blame? Management, ownership. Stop hiring people with titties. Hire people that want to work there. Let's move right on. Let's get on in the show business, the state of panic. You know how I know we're in a state of panic in show business? Just download these 2 apps. Free VTV and Tubi. It will let you know we're in a state of panic in Hollywood in show business. How? I keep telling my good buddy B, we're going to make a movie. We're making a movie. If Tubi can do this, and if Free VTV can do this, we can do it. I just want to get it out there. I made a movie. Have you seen what show business is up to right now? It's a state of panic. Listen to the music. Listen to just today's music. Google it down. Listen to today's music. What is that? What is that? The TV shows. What is going on? The movies it's like they've given up. They've hit the button. Hollywood has hit the button. They picked up the red phone. They've hit the state of panic. The state of panic is going. It's egregious right now. Even my sports shows have taken over. It's a soap opera right now on the sports shows. I mean, they're getting in their feelings on fashion. Really? I thought we were here to talk about the game. What happened to the days they just did what the show said they were going to do? Have you seen today's talk shows? Have you watched daytime television? I watch daytime television every day until 2 o'clock. It's horrific. They have given up. They really have. They've hit this. They're in a state of panic. Like, for real. Even local programming here in St. Louis, I cannot believe what they put on locally here in town. In this town. I have friends that are producers and camera people, so I don't want to say the name of these shows because they work on these shows. I don't want to say it, but who's to blame? How did we get to this point when it comes to show business? You think the 30s were bad when our grandparents were young and what they had to deal with? 2024, show business is show shitness. It is horrible. If you can't sing, you can get a record deal. Go ahead. Go on out there. You can do it. All you got to do is say, that's a hit song. That's a hit song. And my name is going to be blah, 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 blah. That's going to be my name. Blah, 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 blah. That's it. That's going to be a hit song next summer, what I just put out right there. That's how? How is that? What happened? What? We need to bring back getting whipped with an extension cord. We need to bring that back. Who's to blame when you want to bring back childhood beatings? I mean, I was never whipped with an extension cord, but I had friends that were. I had relatives that were, but I was not. I was whipped with a belt and a switch. I can't hold my composure because I can't believe that we're in a state of panic over these things that we're going through. The world, the economy, life, the service industry, and show business. We're at the point where everybody wants to hit the button or pick up the red phone. Who's to blame? Moving right along. Well, this last one may take a little long, so we're going to take a little break here. Have a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on today. Great for your hands and your feet. And you know how I feel about them foots. You got to keep them foots right. You know that, right? Got to keep them foots right. I don't know about big feet people out there, but keep them foots right. Okay, I'm going to have a little short, busy rake here. Don't forget, go to Mountain Man Scrub on Facebook to order yours today. The website is there. I'm getting some updates to it. But go to Mountain Man Scrub on Facebook and they'll take care of your order today. Be right back. Smoke them if you got them. Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on. Hey, boys and girls, and welcome back to Certa Pro Painters Presents out of Oklahoma City. Who's to Blame? The podcast, episode 552. We're talking about the state of panic right now in the world, the economy, life, the service industry, show business, and now we're about to get to my favorite one. Everybody wants to hit the panic button. You can agree or disagree. We're that type of show. We respect everyone's opinion. We value your views. We get it all. Don't we, Tata Delicious? It's her first year joining the show. She has not joined the graces of showing her face yet. She wants to wait to when? Next month. Okay. Next month, she's going to show herself. Susan has moved on to bigger and better things. Susan was with us for 7 years. She's gone on now. She's with the NFL Network right now. But Tata Delicious is here. An intern from Harris Stowe University. You go, girl. You go, girl. Journalism is here, live and well. Smoke them if you got them. Stay hydrated. Get that morning walk in and eat that breakfast. Okay. The state of panic. Now my favorite. We talked about the world, the economy, life, the service industry, show business, and now my favorite when it comes to the state of panic, sports. Everybody is hitting the button. Look at college football. Look at college football right now. The state of panic is being pushed right now on the way certain teams have been playing. I'm a Florida Gator fan. I state your name, Trey Montez. I'm a Florida Gator fan. And I had the unbelievable situation happen last week. We won. We beat Mississippi State. In the words of Daffy Duck, we meet in Sylvester the Putty Tat. We beat Mississippi State. But around college football, teams are not playing up to the expectations that everyone had. i.e., a commentator, a writer, beat writer, or some of these sports shows. But as I said last year, the field of competition is changing and shifting in college football due to NIL deals. You can go anywhere you want to now. You can paint your own future. You can paint your own picture. Who's to blame? You can transfer anywhere and still play in the season. Couldn't do that 10 years ago. Hell, 5 years ago. The game is laid out now and played out for the athlete. Say it again. It's laid out and played out for who? The athlete. And when the athlete realizes that, there's no state of panic anymore. But for some reason in college football, we have a state of panic on the realignment, NIL issues, gambling issues. Georgia, are you listening? DUI issues. I don't think nobody that goes to the University of Georgia that plays on the football team should be allowed to drive a car. Everybody, give me your keys. Give me your license. Who's to blame? Look at the headlines. But we're hitting a state of panic in college football right now. It's too early. It's too soon to tell. Let's move on over to the NFL. Oh, my goodness. Saturday and Sunday is not just a day away. No, they're just not a day apart. It seems like Saturday and Sunday are 2 weeks apart sometimes from the conversation, the situation, and the actual outcome. The NFL is here. Ladies, whether you agree or not, the NFL is here. Whether your man playing Madden or NCAA 25, it don't matter. NFL is here. It is right here. In the past 2 weeks, some strange things have happened in games and outcomes that nobody has any idea what is going on. Especially if you're a gambling person. Raise your hand. But it's too early. It is so early in the NFL right now. I said this last month. Nobody, probably 5% of the people went into NFL training camp in shape. I'm going to say it again. Maybe 5% of NFL players went into camp in shape. The rest, fat fucks, not in shape. Not in shape. Look at the injury report the first week. Look at the injury report the second week. These are so concerned about Instagram, their personal lives, the club, going to parties. They're going to a P. Diddy party still? Not anymore? Okay. But that's where the NFL is at to me. The players, there are 5% of players to me in the NFL that really care about their job, their craft, their skill set, that really want to get better at it. The rest, they just in it for the money. If you don't believe me, look at the past 3 weeks of the NFL. Turn the volume down, go to the NFL Network, watch those games in replay, and judge for yourself. Now, the NFL does have the right to be in a state of panic right now because nobody cares. From the referees and 95% of the players. I said 95% of the players in the NFL don't care. They do not care. There's only 5% that really, really care what they're doing. Just try it. Just try it one time. Watch an NFL game, turn the volume down. I dare you. Turn the volume down. Just watch the game. And you tell me how many people in that game you think care. I don't think all the coaches' headsets are working. I think those are props. It's a state of panic because they don't care. If the NFL players cared the way the fans do, I never thought I would say something like that. But who's to blame when the fans care more about what you're doing than you do? How is that even possible? How is that applicable to say today? That we care more than they do. Look at baseball. We care more about the Cardinals than ownership. Talk to me. Talk to me. We care more about the Cardinals than ownership does. And they know it. They know it. If they cared, would we be in this situation that we're in right now? Nope. We'll be in a different situation. But nobody gives a hoot. They don't give a hoot. And we're supposed to just accept it and just be cool with it right in front of our face. Right in front of our face. It's like your kid disrespecting you right in front of your face in front of company. That's not allowed. We're going to the bathroom to talk about this thing, and you're going to make some noises when I pull this belt off. Who's to blame? But we are in a state of panic, and we need to get out of the state of panic. And I'm talking about the world, the economy, life, the service industry, show business, and sports. Can we please get out of the state of panic? I would like to thank you for listening to today's podcast episode of Certa Pro Painters Presents Who's to Blame, the podcast, episode 552. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for tuning in for sure. Peace. It is insane what we go through and have to deal with when it comes to this. Well, folks, thank you for listening to the live version of Who's to Blame, the podcast, episode 552. We'll be back at 12 o'clock. You can check out our daily show, Montez at Midday, coming to you at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until next time, good people, we'll see you next week with another exciting episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast, and do what you can to stay out of the state of panic. Until next time, as they say in what the kids call the hood, I will holler at you later. And peace out.